welcome to the Classified Lady. I am Dr. Latanya Hughes, and I'm so excited to be relaunching this particular show. I have not recorded anything about the Classified Lady in a couple of years, and life has been lifey, like it's never lifed before. And so this is probably going to be the most transparent, raw, real, vulnerable that I will probably ever be. And I say that probably prematurely, but I'm excited to relaunch this in a way that I feel is necessary and important. To know anything about me is to know that I really champion and love anything related to Black women and us being successful. But at this point, I've been on this healing journey for myself. And I don't want to just heal, I want to be whole. And in this journey of healing, I've been talking with some friends and some family about some things that I've been working through and I'm still working through. And so some of them said, yeah, let's get to work. We're gonna go on this journey with you. And so here at the relaunch of Classified Lady, that's what it's all about, helping Black women reach a point of wholeness, not just healing, because I don't want to just deal with symptoms. I always want to get to the root cause so I can be a whole functioning person, walking in peace, walking as peace, so that regardless of what's going on around me, I'm unbothered. I'm truly unbothered, but I'm also living out my maximum potential. And I can only do that when I'm good holistically. So today, we are back and we getting to work, and I'm excited about some of my guests that are going to be joining me as we are on this healing journey together. And so I will tell you, if you someone who likes to police the lived experiences of Black women, this is not for you. Don't come over here talking about, well, why just Black women? Because I'm a Black woman. Well, all women deal with it. No, you don't. So, and if you got a problem policing Black women's lived experiences, please move it right along. Okay, thank you. So today I'm excited to be joined by none other than Coach Renee Roberts. You guys, if you don't know, she's fabulous. She's out of South Florida. She's doing some amazing work with the LaShawn B. You're going to see her in some future episodes. They're doing some phenomenal work in South Florida, doing therapeutic coaching. And I'm gonna let her talk about that, because I told people I'm not a therapist. I do, I include therapeutic techniques, but I'm not finna diagnose you. Right. I'm not finna write no prescriptions for you. And I'm not finna do all of that. I'm gonna tell you to go with God and whatever else you need. If you feel like you need to do that. But I recognize that this is my lane right here. We're not going here. We're not doing anything other than the two-step, right? And so sometimes you have to understand your lane, and this is my lane, and I'm not doing that. So Coach Renee Roberts, she is an ex-pastor, and y'all might be like, how you retire from pastoring, just like you retired and changed careers with anything else. And so I don't know. I don't know. I think we have an expectation that people live out careers
pastors forever.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That you until you go into the by and by, but sometimes that's not necessarily the case. So, we're gonna get into a lot of different things today as we talk about, first of all, the whole idea that being a Black woman is traumatic. Like, just waking up a Black woman is traumatic. You don't have to agree with that, but it is what it is. And then waking up a Black woman in America. It's traumatic. It is. And so, Coach Renee, telling people a little bit about who you are and soon to be doctor.
Yes.
Doctor. It's got the ring to it.
Yes, I'm gonna change the coach part is gonna change to doctor, very soon. Very soon. Dr. Renee. Dr. Roberts. It all sounds beautiful. Yes, nice little song to it, yes, I am a therapeutic life coach. It's not therapy, because I don't want to be a therapist either. But what we do is, as we're coaching, we are using therapeutic techniques to assist our clients. And so we get all kinds of clients, that just want to move their lives forward. And so where you're dealing with therapy, we deal a lot with the past and things like that. That's not our jam. We want to move you forward. And so therapeutically, we move forward. And so that's what the therapeutic coaching
Yeah.
experience is all about. And so I love it. I've been doing it. And although I am becoming a doctor in psychology, it is not for practice, it is for research.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting that, we're going to be talking about the Black woman, because my interest in research is the Black woman.
Mhm.
And so I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about what we're about to discuss, girl.
Yeah.
I'm
We
really
get into it. When I sent the email, you was like, you was just like, all these topics are fine.
all of these are good. Everyone, you just tell me when you want me on. I'm game.
Yeah, because I was just thinking but it's just at the end of the day, waking up a Black woman is traumatic.
It's
Because
traumatic.
you look at the mortality rates of Black women in this, it's just waking up every day, and it's always something new when it
Yeah.
relates to being a Black woman.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we don't, as Black women, we don't even, a lot of us don't even realize it, because it's been normalized for us. So, generationally, we've seen mama them, we've seen grandma them, auntie them, we've seen everybody, just kind of walk through this whole strong woman syndrome as Black women. And we don't realize that that is not okay. It's
No.
not okay, but it has been survival,
Right.
And
Mhm.
so when we normalize trauma like that, we can get into our 40s and 50s and be looking like, well, what's the problem?
Correct.
The problem is we've been dealing with systemic racism for all our lives.
Right. Generationally handed down.
Generationally handed down from slavery, as
Correct.
so it when it's normalized, that's the crazy part.
Right.
Normalizing things makes it seem okay,
Right. And
and
it's
it
not.
doesn't make us become more aware of how it impacts us, really. So
Right.
if you're not focusing on how this impacts you, then you won't know that it's impacting you.
Right. And you can't intentionally step into the best part of who you are as an individual,
No.
um, until you be you are, like you said, aware, like being self-aware and really like
Self-aware.
using emotional intelligence and being that, right. And I think that because we become the villains in
Mm-mm.
every story. And
Yes.
my thing is, if I'm gonna be the villain in the story, I may as well do me. And what does that look like? I may as
All
well
right.
be like, I don't really care about how this makes you feel, because I've lived oppressed for so long that I've been
Exactly.
suffocating myself. Like, you
Hmm.
don't realize how much you suffocate yourself as a Black woman, always being a step lower, trying to run up, be under the radar, when you still going to be the victim. Like, I was just having a conversation with my niece that, what I'm saying, they use blackface. They
Hmm. Hmm.
use blackface for a lot of things like DEI, when we never benefited from
Not
DEI.
us that benefited from it,
And
right?
we're living in the reality of the real DEI hires running the country right now, right? And we're
Absolutely.
seeing that and understanding. And people are like, well, we're Black women. Why isn't this one saying something? Why is that one not saying anything? Because you didn't listen to us when we tried to tell you.
Exactly.
Like, so what is waking up a Black woman and just consuming so
Yeah.
many traumatic markers every day?
Yeah, we wake up facing discrimination. We wake up facing the biases, that
Mhm.
come against us. And I tell people all the time, as Black women, we are literally at the bottom of the totem pole. We are literally at the right before the monkeys.
And you're not wrong, because it's the truth. Like, statistically, we are the most underpaid, but we're the first ones you call it on. How that work?
And we are the
Most educated.
most intelligent. We are the
Mhm.
most educated, out of all of the genders and the classes of people. But yet we are at the lowest. White women coming right above us a little bit. But that's a whole nother topic about just women in America. But as Black women in America, I feel like it's so important for discussions like this so that we can become aware, because you have a whole lot of us also that fight each other because we don't agree that, we have the mindset like, girl, get over it. Like, no, get
Not
over
realize. and not realizing that that is actually a whole, it's it's by design.
Mhm. Mhm.
Not
Mhm.
understanding that white patriarchy, the whole point of how white patriarchy continues is pitting us against each other so that we're fighting for the same
For the
crumbs.
same freaking crumb.
But what did I say? Nobody's coming to rescue us. Like we have to do it. Like I just we got to do it ourselves and paving our own lanes. And when we do, what do? They come
Mhm.
to tear it down. What am I?
Exactly.
This is why it's also why we say it's traumatic because okay, remember the black venture capitalists who they were like, we're going to just raise money. We're going to do our own venture capitalist firm
Mhm.
to help
Mhm.
other black women, black businesses. And what happened? They were so successful that there was a lawsuit against them for reverse discrimination.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
We over here minding our black business,
Yeah.
black women minding our black business, doing something for black economic wealth. This is why we say it's traumatic because here's another traumatic marker that
Yeah.
when we come up and do what we can, we pull, then women pulled their resources together, came up and became investors to help other black women so
Yes.
that we're not pitted against each other. Because what happened? I believe that they did that because now we dared to buck the plan, which is we want
Mhm.
y'all fighting for the same crumbs, so you're at each other, you're not unified.
Right. 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 Creates the chaos, and we know it chaos. It just tears everything apart,
Mhm,
and we can't. We won't come above this apart. Like we have to unify,
mhm.
or we will always be right here. And for some of us that feel like, oh, I've made it. Don't play yourself. Like the social system does not see at you as making it. And
No.
even if you're in the runnings with the other races and things like that, trust me, they still see a black woman and every stigma that comes along with the black woman.
Mhm.
They see you with the black woman, the strong black woman syndrome, and then we're looked at as like we feel like we're entitled. We are. We're
Mhm.
owed. It's due
Mhm.
to us.
I I think that the other part of that is again part of the narrative of making us the villain is also again by design
Yeah.
make you make us have all this strength.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
then, oh, the alpha female, and you don't need this and all this independence, and so now, oh, you too masculine, and this, and now you got that conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, you angry all the time. What do you think happens when you sow a seed and you say you're this constant word seed of the angry black woman? We're not angry. We're just advocating for ourselves, and we're saying this, but no one listens to us. So it takes us to speak passionately, but then at the same time, you're sowing a seed saying that we're angry, and now we actually have reason to be angry, and you're getting a harvest on that. And instead of responding the way you want us to, we just fall back.
Right.
Because I said it in my last book that I did, my last devotional. I said black women are no longer wet nursing other people. We're not wet nursing white supremacy. We're
We're
not
not
wet
doing
nursing everybody else and not taking care of ourselves. We're taking the cape off. We're doing self care. Why? All of these things are necessary. If anything, we need to wet nurse ourselves. We really need to nourish
Exactly.
ourselves back to health because I used to have a show, Black Ass Conversations, and Epiphany McCant was on there, and she said something
Mm-hmm.
so powerful. Piff said, "Are we broken souls just
Mm.
walking around? We're just walking around as broken souls." And every now and then I play that clipping, and I'm probably going to play it again because that resonated with me so much that I really feel that, especially black women, I was a broken soul, just walking around functioning like a literal zombie, just getting through. And like the system is not designed for me. So I'm trying to pay my way as a black woman into a system fighting and for the same scraps and crumbs that they're only ever going to give us
Yeah.
in a system that's not, I keep saying, a system design cannot work against itself. It can only work the way it was
It
programmed
was
or designed,
designed
just
to
like AI,
absolutely.
social media, anything else. It's only going to work.
Yeah, it's designed, and it's designed to fail us. It's what it is designed to do.
And so when I say no one's coming to save us, nobody's coming. We have to do it for ourselves, and this is
You got
why
to
I
make
love.
our own
We
bread.
got to make our way, because this
Yes,
is why I love
yes,
Kev on stage. I listen.
yes,
Brother said no one's coming to save me. Same thing with Tony Baker and all of them. No one's coming to save you. You got to pave
yeah.
your own way and make it. Pave your own way and look at what God did and brought the
Mhm.
increase. Like he stepped out there and he was like, listen, I'm not gonna keep pitching for Netflix and this, and nobody wants to pick me up. Okay, I'm gonna do my own studio, and literally has his own studio producing his shows. And the first show he produced got picked up by BET. But what if he did not step out
Step
there
out.
and build Kev on Stage Studios and make that
He
investment?
would
That
have
was a
still
big
been
bet,
getting the crumbs like these other
right?
little black
But
comedians.
guess who was there the whole time? Melissa Fredericks. Tell me Melissa Fredericks wasn't there.
Wow.
Tell me that they didn't have a plan. Because when you listen to it, they do talk about this all the time. How
Mm-hmm.
she gave him, they agreed on an XYZ amount of time for him to chase this dream and make it happen, and the sacrifices that was going to take. But what did she do? Melissa Frederick still put her stuff on hold to support
The
this.
support.
And because this worked, they came together, it was successful. Now she can do the things that she always wanted to do. But what do we do as Black women? But that's what the power of a good Black woman will do for you.
Yeah. We
So
some
for all
choice.
you anti-Black women, all you Black women hating Black men, I don't understand it. But okay.
Well, we got to be fair. We got to be fair because as Black women, we are statistically one of we're exposed to more trauma than any other being.
And I think it takes a special kind of person. It takes a special kind of man to stand up to that. To stand, and when I say stand up to
Absolutely.
that, to be able to bear that and say, I'm gonna take that weight off, and like I'm gonna let you, like everybody tell me, oh, I want to live in my feminine energy. I've been by myself for a long time. I'm still in my feminine energy. Like
Yeah.
I'm shouldering stuff and I'm on my healing journey, but my feminine energy never left.
Right, your feminine energy should be there. It should be innate, honestly, But unfortunately, when we have some of the trauma we have gone through as Black women, it hasn't been just from white people. It's
Correct.
come right from within our own communities. It's come right from within our churches, which is our Black churches, which is a big part of a lot of Black women's trauma that we don't like to talk about
But it's there.
because God is great and God is good all the time. For a lot of Black women, he has not been good all the time. You understand? So, and the Black church is such a hub for our own environment as Black people. That's what we do. We go to church. The churches are in the neighborhood. You got 20 churches
It's what we were
on
taught.
one block.
It's what you were taught growing up. Mama them went to church, mama them, mama them, mama them, mama them,
And
mama
you
them.
go to church. You go to
And
Sunday
I'm
school.
not
You go.
villainizing church.
Right. No,
But
absolutely
it's
not.
faith. And the problem is what was handed down was religion and practice.
Exactly.
Not
Exactly.
not real faith and relationship, and we didn't understand the difference because all we knew was church. And this again, I'm going back to Kevin on stage and Melissa Frederick because they talk about this growing up.
Yeah.
Church. I was churchy.
Yeah.
I was churchy, and the whole show churchy. And it's a parody, but there's a lot of truth in it because it don't make sense.
Some
like a lot of it doesn't make sense because it taught us certain principles. I'm not saying it didn't, because there was a place there, it was definitely a place, but it didn't teach us how to fish.
Right.
Like even though it talks about, but it really didn't teach us how to fish. It didn't teach until you get into adulthood and really take it upon yourself and really read and study. But understanding growing up, going to church, I just understood that I just got to go to church.
Yeah.
But not understanding the difference between religion and relationship. So as a Black woman dealing with that and seeing it and how all of them, my aunts, my grandma, my great grandma, and this one and that one was in the church and serving faithfully. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No.
But not understanding the connection between relationship.
Right.
And that's the part. I don't fault the church so much as some of the things we need to hand down and have conversation about is what is the connection and relationship between serving God and the church and your relationship with the Lord, not so much this one and that one. And then looking at some of them that you serve, you give more to the church than you do in your own home.
Yeah, your home
I'm
lacking.
confused by that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot, like you said,
because
that contributes
it's
to
still systemic. It's still a system.
correct.
The church is still not God. The church is still a system, and as
especially the Black church in America, and
as Black people, we've always been suppressed by systems. This is what we've known. So even going into the erection of our Black churches, it still was a system that we adopted from a supremacy system, and we're still suppressed by it. But because God is great, we interchange church with God, and I'm just like,
that's not the same.
No, because I have a few clients that I'm just like, you're abused in church as a 5-year-old? What? By the deacon? Are you serious? But
we just think that the Black church is different from the Catholic church, from the Protestant church, from the Lutheran church, from Episcopalians, from this one and that one. Y'all know denominations are just show me in the Bible all these denominations, and I'll show you. No, I'll show you where it's not.
Yeah, so the trauma is there. We grew up in trauma. I was watching a show, I don't think it's on anymore, but I was watching just the back shows of Family or Fiance. And this one couple, black guy, it was a Black guy and a white girl. It was whatever, they were interracial couple. So it was a white guy, Black woman. That's what it was. And so the guy, his sister, the white guy, his sister comes, and the fiance, the Black fiance, she's talking to her, and they're talking about this whole Black woman. So the white sister, she's like, I don't see color. You're expecting, because I know what it was. It was about her touching her daughter's hair. That was the whole thing. She was upset because you just really got angry about me touching your daughter's hair. She's like, because I'm raising my Black daughter to be a Black woman, and you're not going to just touch our hair and pet us like we're some little animal, So the woman, she got offended, and we don't see color. We weren't raised to see color. She said, whether, because I think she was white and Spanish or something, but she's white skinned. She said, white, Spanish, who cares? So she said, and that's the problem. She said, because as a Black woman, I don't get to wake up and choose how I show up outside of these doors. When I wake up, I'm Black. When I walk out these doors, I'm Black. People see Black. That's what they see. I can't switch up and say, oh, today I'm Spanish, or you can get away with that crap, but I cannot, and it was so weird. Like, I'm like, people really still, like, I can't believe people think that way. Like, you don't see color? Are you serious?
Baby, that's a sure sign. That's the first sign that there's something in your heart, because you're trying to convince yourself.
She left the show, and she left. She was like, I don't need to be here. And yeah, you take your racist stuff on.
That's exactly what it is, because you got to understand that it's in there. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. It's in there.
Loud. It came out.
You just don't want to accept the fact that you benefit from some form of whiteness. Yeah. And like the Black woman said, we don't get to wake up and get to choose. I can't choose to not be Black today.
No, I can't show up in an interview and say, well, I'm going to be white today so I can,
I can't just I can't push a button to decide that in this interview, I'm going to be white. I'm going to be a white woman. Yeah. And then when I get the job, I'm going to show up as me. That's not. I can't wake up today and decide I don't want to be a Black woman today. So I'm going to show up as Elmer's glue today. Okay. I'm going to show up as Elmer's glue today. And then tomorrow I might decide to show up, crispy taco.
Right.
Tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And then maybe in a couple of days I'll show up as me. I don't get to press a button.
I don't.
And decide that I'm not going to be this cocoa butter smelling melanated Black Caribbean queen. I don't get to wake up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And choose otherwise. Every day I wake up a Floridian. People are like, what is a Floridian? A Florida-born Caribbean?
Exactly.
Every day I get to wake up a Floridian.
Yeah.
This is it. You're gonna get all of this.
Yes.
This is what I wake up to every day. When I wake up and I stretch and I'm on, y'all, I'm waking up this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I also have to decide mentally and spiritually how I show up for myself for the day.
You have to.
And that's the part of the conversation that what's up here has to come out and have these conversations, because I don't know if I'm ever going to have the answer.
Right.
Like we
Right.
may never have just there's no one size fits all solution to being a Black woman, right?
Right.
There's no, but I my goal is to work towards that peace and work towards that inner healing and work towards that, so that I'm walking peace for myself, so that no matter what else is going on around me, it's just like I think that SpongeBob meme where everything is on fire, right? It's like everything's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm unbothered. Like folks, things can be going on around me and I'm peacefully eating my meal and I'm enjoying myself and I'm enjoying a good mimosa and a peach bellini and
Yes, so
whatever
true.
else I want, because I'm unbothered by all of the chaos around me, because I'm walking peace. And that's what I'm after,
Yeah.
being a place of peace within myself and for myself, so that I'm not depending upon outside external forces to help me be that peace. I am peace. And
Yes.
that's what I'm after. And that's, to me, that's what wholeness gives. I think that when we search for healing, we're searching for get quick, you know what I'm saying, fixes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's temporary. And I don't want temporary short term, because it's something that you have to maintain, right? Obviously, you have to, you have to protect your healing and maintain it. But when you are wholeness means everything about it is gone. There's no root cause. You don't pluck that thing up and it's gone. And now
Yeah.
you have it's just okay. I don't have to worry about this anymore because I'm whole in this area. That doesn't mean that okay, God cured me, I don't have diabetes no more. That don't mean go back and go sit up here and eat 5 cheesecakes and go on a high fat diet, don't exercise. Like it's not coming back because now you created the environment for that issue to return. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like but I do believe that wholeness is possible, and that's
It
the
is.
journey
Yeah.
that I want Black women to be on. But it starts by, you can't address what you're not willing to face.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It starts with awareness. It
Yeah.
starts with self-awareness. Where do I fit in this?
Mm-hmm.
How does this impact me?
Right.
And
Yeah.
but if we never look around and see it, like really examine it, then it's like looking through some flawed, you got some glasses you used to looking through them with a scratch on them,
Yeah.
and it's not until you get a new pair of lenses that you're like, oh my God, because with the scratch lenses I still can see what you're saying. I watch
Yeah.
TV, I do everything with these scratch lenses, but we've just normalized
Yeah.
coexisting with our trauma instead
Yeah.
of saying, wait a minute. And so that's why I think it's so important to have these kind of discussions,
Right.
because this is what brings awareness. Some
Yeah.
people just really don't know. It's not that they're trying to be,
Yeah.
oblivious to it, although they are. Uh, they don't know. So how will they know unless conversations are started by people that are catalysts in this area? I
Yeah.
tell everyone all the time, I'm like, as Black women, we have to find our lanes, but we can't keep just complaining behind the scenes. We
Yeah.
need to get out and do something about it. Now, I'm not your girl that you're gonna find out there picketing and protesting in the street. That's not my lane. I support everyone who does it, but I have my way of dealing with. I'm always bringing awareness to Black women in other ways. So we have to find a way where we're saying, okay, I realize this is an issue, and where do I fit as a Black woman in being a solution to this issue?
Right.
Because how are we going to make our own bread, using the analogy of getting the breadcrumb? How do we make our own bread if we're not aware that what we're going after is a crumb?
Correct. Right. I think that in normalizing being walking in trauma as a Black woman, we get gaslit when we are aware. Will gaslight us, like, oh, it's not that bad, or
Yeah,
why is everything about race and da 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 da, because it is.
it is. That's our whole life. That's our experience.
That's my lived experience. Exactly. Like you want to police my lived experience, but you can't identify. You get to wake up every day as Elmer's glue, benefiting from a system that was designed for you.
Yeah.
versus, you know what I mean? And I think that in that awareness, one of the things that's necessary is, like, again, these conversations and just getting it out, and just sometimes it's just talking about it. I don't think
That's
that
it. Yeah.
sometimes, and again, like you said, finding your lane. Sometimes it's just get out what's up here. When you get out what's up here and you really hear it, you realize that's really toxic,
Exactly.
really unhealthy. I can,
Mhm.
like, how can I put my best foot forward when I don't know what that is?
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
Yeah.
I thought I knew what my best foot forward, but my best foot forward was born out of a whole system designed to make me think that was my
Fulfill
best
me.
foot.
Yes. Yes.
But when really my best foot is outside of that, but I got to fight to get outside of it. And while I'm outside of it, I still have to fight for a place and purpose and figure out what that is. And so now I'm trying to figure out identity, purpose, and so that I can walk intentionally in that while figuring out the resources, because it's all designed to keep me away from that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but I know that it's I know that it's here. I've got to be intentional. I know that it's there. It's inside of it. I was talking to LaShawn, and she was like, it's in you. Everything you need is in you.
Yeah.
But when you wake up to trauma and you're dealing with it, it's frustrating because you got all of this in you. And as a Black woman, if you know anything about waking up, your mind doesn't shut off. Even when you sleep, your mind is not shutting off. It's the constant of everything that you have to do to function and survive.
Yes.
And if you by yourself, because you don't have no life partner or helpmate, it's all on you. So it's like, I gotta find a way. Because a man that don't work, don't eat. The lights got to be on.
Yeah, rent, mortgage got to be paid. Like,
car notes, insurance, here, there, and then we in a country that penalize you for not having insurance. So we're gonna tack on extra. You know what I'm saying? And this, that, the third. So you're waking up and you got to figure out how to make a way for yourself in all of this, like, in all of this, at the same time, like finding your tribe. I really believe that in part of it, like you were saying about, I'm not going out there protesting, honey. And don't get me wrong, it's not the stamina, because baby, I walk 10 miles a day.
No, it's
not the stamina. No, it's not the stamina. But understanding your lane, and that stop villainizing other people because they don't share the same passion. That's not my lane, but I'm gonna use who I am to help you figure out the best way to optimize what you're doing. So maybe I'm a person of strategy, and I might be able to say, okay, I see that. But there's a better way, right? And so instead of seeing each other as the opposition and villainizing each other, instead of realizing that we're all victims of the same oppressive system that is white patriarchy. You got to understand that. And like these conversations of why we say waking up a Black woman is traumatic, but waking up a Black woman in America is traumatic. And I say that in America because I know that it's traumatic in Europe and other places, because I've seen like posts on LinkedIn and groups and stuff like that, but I don't live, that's not my living.
I'm American. Yes, I'm an American.
I can't, and I will not speak to someone else's what it's like for someone somewhere else. I can only speak to what it's like for LaTanya Hughes.
Exactly.
LaTanya Hughes. And America, I earned that thing. Let me tell you something. Y'all be out here talking about, listen, Black women, when we say we earned it, there's a difference. And I'm not knocking people who got, honoraries.
Right.
But I didn't just stroke a check and somebody gave me something. I didn't speak somewhere, somebody gave me something. I got time in, I took the classes, baby. I did the project, it's published. My paper is published.
Yes.
I did the work. I earned it. December 2014. It's on my degree. Okay, please understand. It's done.
Wow.
11 years. Okay, so we earned this thing here. So when we talk about Black women being educated, I'm going to use my expertise to help others. Like for the past couple of years, I've just been helping more Black women become doctors. I just had another one. Wow. I was like, oh, you look fabulous. I'm so proud to call you doctor. Why? Because listen, if I'm going to help us come up, I'm going to help us come up because I'm going to use use what I have
That's your lane.
to help. That's my
Absolutely.
lane.
That's your
Because
lane.
what are you going to do with this research? What are you going to do? What are you doing to be impactful? Right.
Right.
That's my
Right.
space. And I know that, like, helping Black women owners secure funding. Got a
Yeah.
store client that it didn't work over here, but she took that same presentation we practiced with and got 2 more grants for her
Wow.
business. What
Wow.
we're not doing is playing around, right?
Yeah.
So if it don't work over here, it's gonna
We
work
got
over
other
here.
places. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
my lane is helping advance and push other Black
You see?
women,
You
and
see?
I'm good at that. But I felt like in this space where I am in my life, I'm like, I'm gonna be. This is as transparent as can be, and this is the best way that I can support Black women, because I feel like I'm not alone. Like I said, I was talking to my sister Lisa about it. She was like, "Yeah, we're all on this same healing journey," and I think that this is going to help heal more Black women
Yes.
to
Yes.
see someone who, yes, I'm successful, yes, I'm this, yes, I'm that, but yeah, I'm broken. I've been through
Yeah.
hell, going through hell, trying to figure it out, and it's like, you know what? I'll take y'all. Let's go on this healing journey together. So I'm probably going to cry a lot,
Yeah. That's
but
good.
it's
Yeah,
okay,
it's good for you.
because are you really healing if you're not shedding any tears? Because
Exactly. Yeah.
going through healing to reach wholeness, there's going to be some pain.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that it's not working. Like, you're going to win. Mercurochrome hurt. Get a scab. And have somebody back in the day, y'all, I don't know if they still got mercurochrome. I don't know if they still got it, but alcohol, peroxide, witch hazel, they throw that on there to make sure
Quickly.
you ain't getting no infection or
Right.
nothing and turn into nothing worse.
Right.
But baby, that stuff get the fizzling and burning and da 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 da. It hurt for a little
Especially
bit.
on an open wound. Especially on an open wound.
Absolutely. And then you put a band-aid, but I'm not the person who just want to put a band-aid over without some type of treatment, because it's like putting a band-aid on cancer. That's not going to stop the cancer.
No, and putting a bandage on an open wound is not going to stop infection.
No, you got to treat it.
You got to treat
with
it.
something.
You got to treat it. You got to put something on there that's going to help it.
These conversations are, it's treatment. The conversation is not about having the answer, the solution, and it's just getting it
awareness
out and talking about it, awareness. And we may eventually like say, you know what, after we've been talking about this for a while, I think that this may be a good avenue or that. But again, I want it to be clear. There's no one size fit all solution for wholeness as a Black woman.
No.
You have to, first of all, accept the fact that we live under a system of colonization worldwide that is white patriarchy, and it is rooted in the subservience and oppression of Black and brown people. And it's all about economics. Okay, in some ways, that's why they tell you shut up and dribble. All they want you to do is entertain them, and when you lose your novelty, they on to the next one, because that's what making them money, and this, that, the third, and anything that starts to make you, that brings any type of equality, especially on the economic scale, they got to fight. There will inevitably be a way to bring an end to it, and so we're going to keep these conversations going. We're going to be talking about healthcare. We're going to be talking about grief, and the fact that as a Black woman, sometimes we just don't feel like we have space and time to grieve, because guess what? Baby need a new pair of shoes, and this, that, the third, and this is on me, and I don't have time. I don't have time to cry. I don't have time, but you need to make time for that, because you're holding it in and it's hurting you even more, right? But I think also we don't realize that we are grieving. And so having that conversation to recognize that you are grieving, and you've been grieving for a long time. And what does that look like? And having that, and just, again, building that awareness around different topics as it relates to our lived experiences as Black women, and how do we reach a place of wholeness. And so Dr. Renee Roberts,
I love it.
Coach My World. So excited.
I'm excited too. I can't wait to hear some of these topics. Like I'm all in. When it's dealing with us Black people, our Black women, specifically Black women.
This is our lane.
Coming
together, and that's what I'm doing. Just finding,
empowering one another, giving each other the space to say, "Wow, this does exist. I'm not alone. I'm not by myself in this."
Right.
It's community.
This is what I mean by find your tribe. If this is your tribe, like listen to a couple of episodes. this just might be your tribe. If not, it's okay to keep
Right.
it moving. I'm okay with that because
Right.
I'm not talking to everybody. If you don't see
Exactly.
yourself or, you know, in this conversation, I respect it. It's okay. Like, find
Yeah.
your tribe, right? It's
This is
just
for a
like something doesn't
specific
work.
group of people.
Correct. It's all about
Period.
your messaging isn't wrong. It's finding your people and your
Right.
people finding your information and your messaging. And so you guys, you know, welcome to Classified Lady. We're here.
Woo!
This is what we're doing. We're creating classified ladies,
Let's
and maybe I'll get
go.
into why I got where that name came from. But anyway, but it is definitely about Black women, and just how do we reach a place of wholeness, right? I
Yes.
don't want to just deal with the symptoms. I
I
want
love
to
it.
deal with the root cause so that we are whole individuals, not broken souls, fragmented, feeling like we're giving ourselves the leftovers of our own lives
Yes.
after we
Yes.
give the best of who we are to
Yeah.
everyone else and we leave nothing to ourselves.
Yeah.
First to your own household,
I love it. I love it.
first to yourself.
Let's tap into who we are.
Yes,
Who we
like
really
Dina
are.
Sean B told me, it's
Ah,
already in you.
yeah, it's gonna
Right?
be good to see her on. I can't wait to get on.
Yeah, the who?
What a time! What a time!
So we're gonna have some good conversations because seriously, it's in you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? She was right. It's in you, but how do we get to that part
How
of
do
us
we get to that part of us?
when all of this other stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
has
Yeah.
has buried it for so long?
Yeah. How do we
How do
break that
we
ceiling
break
in us?
through
Yeah, I love it. I
and
love
break
it.
out? Because I'm telling you, these are
Yes.
necessary conversations. And so again,
Yes.
these are things, especially Black women, that you know we gotta protect ourselves, support ourselves, because nobody's coming to save us. So again, thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
And
you.
we're gonna see you in the next episode, a couple more
Yes.
episodes, all the episodes. So get used to seeing Coach Renee.
Yes, I'll be
And
here.
so,
I'll be sitting right
um,
over here, just like this. Like, let's go.
absolutely. And so
Yes.
thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Classified Lady. And we'll see you same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you. Bye.